Hey, what's up, you wonderful people? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night. And yes, since none of you ask, I'm doing fine, thank you. But for now, let's just get into the video.
Tragedy in the airport today. So I am boarding my flight this morning and I get on and see I'm seated beside this very gorgeous, distinguished looking gentleman. And I always think if I see somebody around my age in the airport that we're meant to fall in love. So I sit down and I see he is taking notes with a pen and paper, a quill basically. And I am like, oh, that's cool. I'm trying to think like, how do I start chatting with him? And I'm just like, oh, very old school with the pen and paper, nice. And I'm thinking this is a perfect entry segue to our love story that we'll tell our grandkids about. And he literally is looking down, he looks up and over at me and he's like, yeah.
Yeah, not the happiest of ending to that romantic comedy you had in your head, is it? It's still a good story to tell your grandkids though. It may not have the desired effect, how nice. Most likely it's gonna be, hey, grandma got rejected, but still a good story.
Never in my life, and you can ask my friends, I've hooked up with a lot of people and I've dated a lot of people, which makes it increasingly harder to find someone because my standards are so high. Not a single person in my life has ever said, I'm interested in you. Guys don't say that. They just show it. They might say, I really like you, but they don't, in the beginning when you're dating them, they're not like, I'm really interested in you and getting to know you more. No. So if he said that, ew. And if he didn't say that, but he basically insinuated verbally that he's interested in you, but he isn't showing you through action and plans, then move on. Because there's 3 other guys in your roster, right? This wouldn't bother you if you're dating 3 people at a time. Because when he's not giving you attention, someone else is.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the next hour, he's gonna take advantage of those high standards. Since that's what you mean by high standards, I guess that's what you mean also when for the next hour he's doing the bare minimum, right? Now I actually understand what dating really means. Pay attention to his action, not his words. I guess he did showed you and not told you how much he likes you. It was only for an hour, but still, lucky you.
I am accustomed to men on this app telling me that I'm old and washed up because I'm over the age of 20. Of course, they only say this when I say something that they disagree with. And when you click on the profiles of the kind of men that say this, they are never the kind that I would even give the time of day to. But how sad to see a woman think so little of herself that she thinks that we collectively as women are ran through and old after the age of 28. So, sweetie, if you mean good luck being the hottest, most amazing, in the best shape, and most desired I have ever been in my entire life, thank you.
Right, so you can't even respond to another woman without bashing men for maybe 30 seconds. You're best, this, and amazing that. Yes, and I'm also fit, rich, tall, and successful. At least until I wake up in the morning and I realize it was just a dream. But moving away from all that, the woman that you're responding to, she doesn't think little of herself or women in general as a collective. She's only thinking less about you. Also, since you're still single and you've been single for a while now, a lot of those men that you would not give the time of day to, they're obviously not giving you the time of day, regardless of you being great this and amazing that.
Because give an ugly man a chance, and one thing he will always have is the audacity.
This statement I lived last week on a dating app. Guy is like, for me, below average looking, but I gave him a shot anyway because some people are really bad at pictures, blah, blah, blah. He also opened with a pickup line, but again, I know people are really trying to be noticed, trying to stand out, whatever. Well, it progressively just went downhill from him pretty much attacking me to being like, oh, why are you single? If you're extroverted, it's all you do is talk a lot. You should really wait for the guy to tell you you're pretty. That's really arrogant that you think you're so pretty and you can talk about it. You should really wait for me to say that you're smart. And I was like, oh, stop. If me being confident in myself and knowing I'm attractive and knowing I'm smart and I'm capable is a problem for you, we will never work. So we are not compatible. Have a great holiday, but this is going nowhere. And he did then continue to snap at me and say that I need to work on myself. The audacity of ugly men.
I know, right? The audacity. Take me for example. It's not even me, it's my audacity thinking you're not even all that. So why not let attractive people talk about ugly people? I'm really trying to keep this nice, polite, and respectful, but it's my audacity again. Keep asking the same question. When is the last time you looked in the mirror? And not for nothing, if you were that capable and smart, you would not be on a date talking how pretty you are. You're all that smart, but you cannot have an intelligent conversation with someone while being on a date, so you have to brag about how pretty and attractive you are, and then blame the man for his reaction when he's looking at you funny. Come on now. I'm only guessing right now, but maybe, just maybe, he thought of himself being just as attractive, just as smart, and as capable as you think of yourself. Oh, I know, right? The audacity of some men.
Why are you worried about whether or not you should text them first? The boy is scared of you. He can't believe he has your number. That is a privilege to have your number. Text him first, and the text should say, I think we should sleep together. Well, if you want, I've done it, it works. If you're pretty.
Except you're living proof it works even if you're not all that pretty. Pretty or not, most single men are gonna look at that text and say, I have about an hour to spare, so why not? Some men, on the other hand, as we can see on that first comment, won't. They'll find a more productive way to spend their time. She seems pretty attractive, at least in that picture. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but she said he is so scared he just leaves me on read. I'm not sure scared is the right word if you send him that text, but if it makes you feel better, yeah, sure, go with that.
Hi ladies, this is your daily reminder that if he likes you, you will know. And if he doesn't like you, you'll be confused.
Wait, what? So if he ghosts you, blocks you, and delete your number, you will be confused? How exactly is that making any sense? The signs are kind of there, all you have to do is see them. But I mean, if you want to be sure, just send him the text that I was talking about earlier. But then again, that might not work either, cause if he leaves you on read, you're still gonna be confused. Maybe just flip a coin or go on the psychic side of TikTok, that will help.
I think a lot of men fail to realize that for most women, it's not hard to find a boyfriend. It's hard to find a guy that you actually want to be with. That's all. Good night.
Yeah, even if that was true, what you fail to understand is some of you angels are such goddesses that even a simple have a hard time being around you for more than 24 hours. That is who you're talking about when you say you can always get a boyfriend, right? What you also fail to understand is that most of the times the men you want will not want you back. I know this might be a hard pill to swallow, but when you talk with such entitlement about what men understand or not, it only makes men look at you and think, nah, I'm good.
Here's a dating double standard that I don't hear talked about very often. And it's that if a man wants a woman who has a good career, is successful and independent, then most people would say, yeah, it makes sense that you want a woman who can support herself and isn't just in it for the money. Whereas if a woman wants the same thing in a man, then everyone assumes that she's a gold digger and, is trying to get someone to fund her lifestyle. So yeah, just thoughts of the night.
Yeah, no. I thought I'm supposed to be the one who fails to understand stuff. There's not a single man on this planet who goes into dating or try to find a partner for a long-term relationship, possibly marriage, who's gonna say, yeah, I'm looking for a CEO, or I'm looking for a boss babe, or I'm looking for a rich girl. There are other traits or qualities that we try to find in a partner, and this is just another thing you fail to understand.
If you have to shave your cat for your man, he is not your man. Okay?
Well, okay, but whose man is he? He is your boyfriend, so that makes him yours, right? But don't worry, when he wakes up, and hopefully he's gonna wake up sooner rather than later, we're gonna have him back. He'll be ours once again.
It's crazy what happens when you meet a nice man and then you stop getting BV. It's like, oh my God. Like, I was never the problem, was I?
Never, still are, who's to say, right? I do have to admit, to my shame, I had no idea what BV means. So let's have a look. BV isn't sexually transmitted, but it is linked with sexual activity. Now let's see what that means, shall we? Would you look at that? What a big surprise, you are an OF girl. The only place you interact, come on now. And it's only $10 a month. But don't worry, like I said earlier, when your boyfriend wakes up, we'll have him back.
Can somebody please tell me why my car is asking for a coffee, specifically a cappuccino?
Well, it's because that was a special model designed only for women. It's made in such a way so you can ignore that writing in yellow and you focus on that coffee, especially a cappuccino, and you pull over. And there's a chance when you're going back from the coffee shop into the parking lot, you might notice that you're almost missing a tire. And you know, it's done in such a way so it doesn't hurt your feelings or something.
If you guys get this question right, I'll give you $100. So if you're driving 80 miles per hour, how long does it take for you to go 80 miles?
80 minutes. No, it's like a solid 5 minutes. You know, you just step on the gas a little and it's fine.
No, 80. That's why it's called 80 miles per hour. 80.
Okay, that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 80 minutes.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
Minutes. We learned that in like kindergarten.
80 for 80 miles per hour.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
What do you mean?
It's 80. What is it? It's 80.
Not that.
Oh my god, we learned that in kindergarten. Well, the next question on everyone's lips is, how does one fail kindergarten? But anyway, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one.